Annabelle's veil. Emily no longer existed. What stood in her place was a husk animated by ancient evil, its movements unnatural, its voice layered and deep like a chorus from the bottom of the earth. The face it wore, Emily's face, was a mask stretched too tightly, cracked at the edges. Annabelle's veil had been lifted, and the house was no longer part of this world. Outside, Black Hollow had vanished beneath a storm of darkness. The roads had disappeared. No cars passed by. The sky above was stained a crimson black, swirling with shadows that had form and intention. Inside the house, time was frayed. The clock spun in reverse. Shadows moved without source. The floors breathed. And in the attic, a ritual long feared had reached its final stage. Margaret Carter wandered the halls like a ghost. Her mind had cracked under the weight of what she'd seen, her husband's corpse, Emily's transformation, the priest's final scream. She clutched a kitchen knife in one hand and a rosary in the other, whispering nonsense prayers. On every wall, new words had been carved in long scratches. Offer her. Offer her. She will open the gate. The door must bleed. In the mirrors, Margaret saw the attic. Even when she wasn't in it. Emily waited there. Annabelle rested in her lap. The girl's mouth moved in silent rhythm, lips whispering ancient verses. Behind her, the wall pulsed like flesh, and from within it, a door was forming. At the edge of the void, something stirred. They had come for Emily. But they wanted more. 100 shadow figures gathered around the house now. Silent. Motionless. Each shaped like a person but lacking faces, their outlines blurred and twitching. Annabelle's kin. Spirits who'd been waiting for generations to cross. The final offering would open the gate. That offering was Margaret. Father Adrian's body lay twisted at the bottom of the stairs, but his spirit had not yet left. He stood in the threshold between this world and the next, watching through cloudy eyes. He saw the demons gathering. Saw Emily's transformation. But more than anything, he saw Annabelle. Not just a doll. Not a child's toy. But a vessel for something ancient, something birthed in the fires of the orphanage, born from suffering, nurtured by pain. He had failed once. He would not again. Emily descended the stairs slowly, Annabelle cradled in her arms. The house shifted with every step she took. The floorboards bowed beneath her feet. Doors opened ahead of her before she touched them. Pictures on the walls bled from the eyes. Margaret stood at the bottom, arms outstretched. "Emily," she whispered. "Not anymore," said the thing. Margaret cried, dropping to her knees. But even now, some part of Emily lingered. A flicker. A tremor. A tear slid from the corner of one eye. Annabelle hissed. "She doubts." In the basement, Father Adrian's Bible began to glow. A final rite, hidden in the margins. One he hadn't dared perform. The apostate seal. A ritual that didn't banish spirits. It consumed them. But it required a soul already damned. He looked down at his own bloodied hands. "I'm ready," he whispered. Margaret climbed the stairs. Her daughter waited, head tilted, the doll's eyes glowing red. "Come closer," Emily said, voice like grinding stone. Margaret did. At the top, she reached out and grabbed her daughter's face. "Emily, if you're still in there, fight." The girl screamed. Annabelle burst into flames in her arms. The wall behind them split open. A howling wind tore through the house. From the gate, something began to emerge, a towering, skeletal figure cloaked in mist and fire, with a mouth too wide and eyes stitched shut. Margaret drove the knife into Emily's heart. The world exploded. But Emily didn't die. She gasped, blood pouring from her chest, but the knife had pierced the darkness, not her. Annabelle shrieked, twisting in her grasp. The gate shuddered. And from below, Father Adrian's spirit arrived. He carried the Bible in one hand, his own beating heart in the other. He read the rite. By pain, by blood, by the broken vow, I cast you into the mouth of the void. The doll levitated, screaming. The walls collapsed inward. The gate twisted shut. Annabelle screamed as she was pulled backward, her limbs snapping, her face splintering. The figures outside howled in agony and vanished like smoke. The attic erupted in light. Then silence. When Emily opened her eyes, the house was gone. She sat in a field of ash. Margaret beside her, weeping. The wind was still. Annabelle was nowhere to be found. Only a single shard of porcelain remained, buried in the soil. Weeks later, Emily was recovering. Slowly. The scars would never fade, and neither would the memories. They never found Father Adrian's body. But the Bible was discovered at the edge of the scorched land, its final page marked by a fingerprint in blood. Margaret kept it hidden. But in a small antique shop miles away, a man browsed shelves lined with broken toys. He paused at a single object wrapped in cloth. He unwrapped it. Inside was a doll. One eye cracked. A smile just slightly too wide. A name burned beneath the base. Annabelle. The lights flickered. The man smiled. I'll take it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.